Hello, today I'll be going over the Schroeder Etude number 3. I'll be going over how to approach it and how to practice it. So here is Schroeder number 3 from book number 1. So first things first, in the third etude, the instructions it gives us is U.H. which means play in the upper half of the bow. Doesn't mean play at the tip, which would be PT, which is all the way up here, which you can try if you like. You might not be too happy with it, but it's a good exercise. So the upper half is what I like to call anywhere between 60% of your bow and 75% of your bow. So if we think about dividing our bow into 4 equal parts, we have our balance point, we have the middle of our bow, we have our 75% of our bow, and then we have our tip. That's kind of our division there. So maybe our 75% of the bow is right about here to here. This is what we got to work with. First things first is kind of set up where we need to be with the bow. The A string is going to be a higher elbow height. So remember that when we play at the upper half of the bow, we have to know that our arm, the part of the arm we're using is the forearm and firm hands. We can't be trying to use our elbow and our upper arm because it just won't work at the upper half. You'll lose all of your leverage and power. So when we're at the upper half of the bow and up, we have to have our motion come from the forearm and also have a firmer hand and a firmer thumb as well. Don't think of squeezing, but just applying some pressure or kind of weight to your fingers. So one way you can practice that is just maybe doing C major, or the key of this etude is in C major, so maybe just do a C major scale. And so forth. In the upper half of the bow to reorganize your hand there. Next, we have to think of let's think of the first 3 measures. So the main challenge there is the half note. We have to still save enough bow without kind of going past maybe the 50% range. You don't want to go, because otherwise, if we use too much bow, now we're in a total different region that the etude is not trying to have us do. So use a little less bow than you think, but still use this range of motion in the upper arm. That will keep us honest. If we don't use so much bow in the half notes, we'll still stay in this upper half. The other challenge of this piece is knowing when you need to keep some fingers down. A good example of this would be the next following measures. We can keep our first finger down on the B, which is in measure 4, and continue on the D string until we get to the E on the next measure, which would be the 5th measure. So keep the B, your 1 on the B, move the finger over, allows us to kind of keep our in tune position that we're in, and keeps kind of our left hand stable. And it gives us leverage to kind of have a tap when we go to the open string. The other part of this piece is you want to make sure you're tapping every note. Tapping and pulling. Maybe one way you can practice this is without the bow and go. So forth, just so you can practice your articulation in the left hand. There's a few other spots in this piece, a lot of it is a lot of the same ideas, but I think the things you want to mark out is when do you have to keep your fingers down, and really analyze this measure by measure. I know the notes may be simple, and the idea of it may be simple, but the more you think about organizing your left hand and keeping it more stable, the more your intonation will become a lot more solid, a lot more in tune, and a lot less tension will be building up in your hand if you're just organizing it better. Another spot where you can keep in mind keeping your fingers down is in the second line, the third measure of the second line. Keep the 3 down, 3 down, 3 down, 3 down here. The 2 down, keep the 1 down, shift over. Kind of those things, organizing your hand to really stay there. One way you can practice this is maybe you do some double stops. We know we have to play the open G. Maybe we keep the 3 down on the E and go like this, which is the next 3 notes of the piece, or of the after that measure, which is 1, 2, 3. The 7th measure of the second line. Keep the 3 down and maybe double stop it to practice keeping your 3 down. The next measure. And so forth. Kind of practicing those double stops will help us organize our hand. So, the last challenge of this etude, in my opinion, is kind of, if you're not used to playing in the upper half, it can be a little tiresome. So, really practice of filling this bow up and down like this, like little push-ups. We can practice that actually just with a metronome. You can maybe set our metronome on and have it on 55 here. Down, up, down, up, with the quarter note. Down, up, down, up. Well, you can see it in the camera, but all I'm doing is pushing down with the first finger, pronating to get it to go down. That's going to help us catch the string. You can practice that with a range of rhythms. Here's the 8th note. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Next to the triplet. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And so forth. Practicing all these rhythms. And so when you get to playing this piece, catch the string and also kind of help alleviate and practice this kind of pronation release. So hopefully that gives some ideas and starts to the etude number 3 from Schroeder's book number 1. Thank you, and let me know if you have any questions.